it's a Western, so we knew we wanted to use some kind of Western aspect, which meant organic instrument, acoustic guitars, and like the type of thing that triggers like the spaghetti Western type thing, like Morricone has done so well and has established. But then there was also the technology aspect of it. Obviously, we're dealing with robots. It's a theme park, and so there was synthesizers we wanted to use that obviously make it contemporary. And then the third big thing was the player piano, which was such a great musical tool. And Jonah had a great idea where he suggested, well, there was a scene where there was many scenes where you see the player piano playing in the saloon and the music's playing, and then he said, well, why don't we, instead of having music off the times, why don't we do, because it's a theme park, it's controlled by humans, why, if they make it like it's their jukebox, why don't we use contemporary songs, and these guys just pick their songs and play whatever they want, and you'll arrange them on the player piano, and it became this thing. It was super fun, and we would do it on the piano, and then if it cut to a scene where it would continue outside, then I would continue into then orchestral versions of it, and it just became this thing where every episode it would always be like, oh, what song can we use this time, and it was a blast. Some songs, for one reason or another, tend to just lend themselves a bit easier to melodically to be represented by just a solo instrument, because obviously if you take out the voice and the lyrics, sometimes pieces might not carry long enough if you have a 2 or 3 minute scene, and it becomes really challenging to keep it musically interesting without the voice. And so that was maybe one of the challenges sometimes. Painted Black, that one I remember better, because Painted Black was a big orchestral piece, because that was the idea was that the robbery is a set piece that reoccurs over and over and over. So instead of having, because this being the first episode, instead of using a piece of score that is at that time obviously unknown, we decided, well, what if we used a song and then orchestrate it and make it sound like score, but it's also a piece that then would play every time with the occurrence of the scene. So we picked Painted Black, and it was a blast to actually orchestrate that out and turn it into an action piece. When I would arrange the piece, I would export the MIDI file from my sequencer on the piano, and we would send that out to, they found, I believe there are very few in the States places that actually still create these piano rolls. And so we would send that out, and they would actually create the piano rolls with the dots so that it actually could play it. And then every time for those scenes, the notes you actually see are actually the notes of the piece.
So you said Painted Black comes back again, season 2 in Shogun World, sounding different. So what was this arrangement like?
Yeah, this one it was in Shogun World, so the setting and everything was different. But we decided, okay, this is the same robbery scene occurring again, just in a different world. So let's adjust the score as well. So there, from going from a more Western style score, I adjusted it more and used taiko drums and shakuhachi flutes, and just to adjust it more ethnically to what the scene was.
Another really beautiful arrangement was Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box in season 2. What do you recall about that one?
That one was the trailer, we had so much fun with the songs that we decided, well, why not set this already up in the trailers when we have a new trailer coming up for an upcoming season. Let's have a Westworld arrangement of a song, and Heart-Shaped Box was one of them. And yeah, that song just lent itself really well to kind of do a rock orchestral version of the song. It's just such a powerful song. I thought it was very fitting. Radiohead songs were featured throughout all the time, just because we're all huge Radiohead fans. It's an amazing band, amazing songs. And we felt that song was just fitting for the finale. It was, I recall, it was a fairly long scene, and so to carry that through again, once you take the vocal out, you have to, arrangement-wise, just do things to keep it interesting, and so. But they actually used guitars as well. It was not just because primarily it was always piano and orchestra, but they're actually I kind of went even a bit more into the direction of not the original song, but stylistically, like with drums and guitars. I played all the guitars. Yeah, I enjoy playing it whenever I can. Guitar is my primary instrument. Actually, I'm a better, or used to be. I don't play that much anymore, but I'm definitely better on the guitar than on the piano. And so whenever I can play on my scores, I'll do it. Yeah, it's fun.